Thank you for visiting our channel. Please like, share and subscribe for more exciting food videos. In part 2, we'll be diving into different ways you can customize your caramel frappuccino, from adding extra flavors to making it dairy-free. Get ready to make this drink your own. Dietary-friendly adaptations. No need to skip the frappuccino if you're cutting sugar, dairy or caffeine. Small swaps make it work. Low sugar. Use sugar-free caramel syrup or a keto-friendly alternative like allulose-based sauce. Reduce the amount and sweeten with a pitted date blended into the mix. Dairy-free. Swap milk for coconut, oat, or almond milk. For creaminess, add avocado. Decaf. Substitute regular coffee with decaf cold brew or chilled rooibos tea for a caffeine-free version. Protein boost. Blend in vanilla or caramel protein powder. Add extra milk if the texture feels too thick. To adjust thickness, play with the ice to liquid ratio. Less ice makes it creamier, more ice gives a slushier feel. Prefer a stronger coffee kick? Add an extra shot of espresso or instant coffee granules to the blend. Too icy? Replace half-the ice cubes with frozen banana slices. They'll sweeten the drink naturally while keeping it frosty. Tips for the best homemade caramel frappuccino. Getting your homemade frappuccino to taste like the coffee shop version comes down to a few key tricks. Cold ingredients, the right blending technique, and thoughtful presentation make all the difference. Here's how to nail it every time. Avoiding common mistakes. Even small missteps can turn your frappuccino into a watery or overly bitter mess. Using warm ingredients. Hot coffee or room temperature milk melts the ice too fast, leaving a thin texture. Chill everything first: coffee, milk, even the blender jar. Overloading the blender. Stuffing it with too much ice at once strains the motor and leaves chunks. Blend in batches if needed. Skipping the sweetener balance. Caramel alone isn't always enough. A teaspoon of vanilla or a pinch of salt rounds out the flavor. Blending too long. Overprocessing melts the ice. Pulse in short bursts until just smooth. Cheap caramel syrup. Artificial tasting syrups overpower the coffee. Spend a little extra on a quality brand or make your own. Stick to these fixes, and you'll avoid the usual pitfalls. Storing and serving suggestions. Frappuccinos are best fresh, but if you need to prep ahead or have leftovers, here's how to handle them. Storing. Keep any extra blend in the fridge for up to a day. Stir well before serving, it'll separate. Freeze leftovers in ice cube trays. Use these cubes next time for extra flavor without dilution. Serving. Use chilled glasses to keep the drink cold longer. Pop them in the freezer before pouring. For a thicker texture, blend with frozen milk cubes instead of regular ice. Garnish just before serving to prevent toppings like whipped cream from melting. A final drizzle of caramel on top. Always worth the extra seconds. Why make a caramel frappuccino at home? The caramel frappuccino might be a coffeehouse staple, but making it yourself isn't just about skipping the line. It's cheaper, healthier, and lets you tweak every detail to match your cravings. Think of it like baking cookies versus buying them. Homemade hits different. Save money without sacrificing taste. Let's talk numbers. A grand caramel frappuccino costs around $5 to $6 at Starbucks. Making it at home? Roughly $1 to $2 per drink, depending on ingredients. That's instant savings, especially if you're a regular Frappuccino fan. The cost breakdown. Coffee. Use leftover brewed coffee or a single espresso shot. Milk. A cup of oat or whole milk costs less than 50 cents. Caramel syrup. A bottle makes 10 to 15 drinks versus $2 per pump at cafes. Ice and toppings. Basically free if you already have them. Pro tip: buy syrups in bulk or make your own caramel sauce. It's cheaper per ounce and tastes fresher. Control what goes into your drink. Store-bought versions often pack hidden sugars, preservatives, and inconsistent caffeine levels. At home, you decide. Sugar levels. Cut the syrup by half or swap in sugar-free alternatives. Dairy or dairy-free. No upcharges for almond or oat milk. Coffee strength. Prefer a bold kick or a light buzz? Adjust the espresso to your mood. Ever check the calorie count of a Starbucks Caramel Frappuccino? A grand with whipped cream clocks in at over 380 calories. Homemade versions can slash that by using lighter milk or skipping extra toppings, without losing flavor. Make it exactly how you like it. Baristas follow recipes. You follow cravings. Customizing a homemade Frappuccino means no more. Easy on the ice requests ignored. Disappointing sugar-free substitutes. Paying extra for double caramel or an espresso shot. Want a salted caramel twist? Add a pinch of sea salt. Craving a mocha caramel hybrid? Swirl in chocolate syrup. Prefer it extra thick? Blend with frozen banana slices. The blender is your playground. Faster than a coffee shop run. No waiting in drive-through lines or figuring out mobile orders. From fridge to glass, a homemade Frappuccino takes under 5 minutes, less time than it takes to park at Starbucks. Plus, pajamas are welcome. The real win. It's yours. No generic recipe, no rushed barista, no surprise ingredients. Just a caramel coffee treat tailored to you. Now it's your turn. Whip up a batch, tweak the recipe, and make it yours. Share your favorite version in the comments, or tag us on social media. Ready for more coffee hacks? Subscribe for recipes that turn your kitchen into a cafe. Next up. Troubleshooting tips for when your blend isn't perfect, because even DIY Frappuccinos have learning curves. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.